driving, but I promise I'm social distancing. I'm following all my government regulations of social distancing, but I am out and yeah, just enjoying this beautiful weather we are having in Texas and enjoying really reconnecting and having a little extra downtime than I usually have. Just enjoying it. I got super sunburn yesterday, like super duper sunburn. It has definitely calmed itself a little bit, but I got super sunburned yesterday just laying out, and I got a little over enthusiastic because the sun finally came out for the first time in days, and I just got excited and forgot that as a ginger kid, I must always social distance from the sun that I burn super fast. But this happens once a year, truthfully, because I was looking at my memories, and the past week there has been a memory from almost every year where I was like sitting in front of Starbucks and got my first burn, sitting in front of, out for a walk, got a burn, because this time of year my skin goes, oh, we're going to spend more time out in the direct sunlight, and Texas sun is crazy intense. So anyway, it was a beautiful day yesterday, but I am out gonna go visit my other social distancing household that I can go and still remain or keep things legal, and anyway, yesterday I wrote an article about what are we to do. Like, we've got this pressure right now in our world to pay attention to what's going on and paying attention to ourselves at the same time, like paying attention to our government and what's going on and what's happening in the world. And at the same time, I'm looking out and I see all these spiritual people going, focus on yourself, stay positive. And even myself, I was sharing on my live the other day, like, oh, you need to focus on the positive, stay positive, keep your vibe up. And then there is also this real situation where we're having to pay attention. It's a world situation. We're wanting to create community, but the problem is our community right now really is focused on some really hard things, some really hard truths. And how do we harmonize that? How do we focus on ourselves? How do we keep our vibe high? And yet, at the same time, how do we then go and pay attention to the things that we should be paying attention to, keeping community, knowing what's going on in our world? Because if we stay ignorant, then in truth, we don't have any say in what's going on. If we choose to stay ignorant, we have no say in what's going on. We can't put our opinion out. And now is a time to have an opinion on things, to look at our world, see what changes we want. And so we do want to participate. Yet, at the same time, if we participate too much, if we get bogged down in the energies, then we're no good. We're no good to helping to create a better world, because we're so bogged down in the negative energies that we can't bring love and light and peace and joy into the world, because the negative energies will drag us down. I don't care if you're the most spiritual person on the planet. Guess what? Current energies are impacting. Current energies impact us all. I don't care if you are sitting in your house all by yourself. The current energies of the world impact you. They all do. And so how do we do that? How do we manage it? And I wrote an article about it, and I know some people are like, too many words, Addison. I'm not going to read that. That's too many words. So how do we do this? How do we manage this time without getting bogged down in the energies, but at the same time still paying attention, still noting what's going on? And what I wrote in the article and what I want to share with you today is to really find your harmony. I don't think there is a one way for every single person. I see a lot of my clients right now, they are diving into work. They're diving into work. They're like, I'm just going to ignore this. And yet then they come back to me and they go, yeah, I don't really know what's going on and I feel bad. And so then I'm going on the other end of the pendulum and I'm focusing here on the news and the negativity, and then I feel bogged down. And I think there is an in-between. There is an in-between. This is a beautiful time to do your personal growth work. This is a beautiful time to take those steps that you have not been taking and that you said you were going to be taking at the beginning of 2020. Nothing has changed. Your life is still your life. You still can expand. You still can grow. Yes, we are limited in certain things, but that's when we get creative. This is a beautiful time of creativity and finding new ways to do things. So first thing is get a schedule. I think I see a lot of people, and I have some clients that unfortunately are currently unemployed now because of this situation, and what they're doing is they're sitting and watching Netflix. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably not for your best interest in the long term. So get a schedule down, and not a rigid, like hardcore, like at 6 o'clock I do this, at 6:05 I do that. That's not helpful either. But keep a routine. It's more about routine than like schedule. Schedule yourself some self-care time, some time where you do nothing. You go in that place of nothingness. You meditate. You take a walk. You just enjoy yourself. And you go within. And then taking a time to, yes, maybe watch some Netflix. Maybe enjoy something. Maybe do some personal growth work. Like take that course you've been meaning to take. And then also find times in your day where you do check in on the news or the happenings. You do some research, because also don't take what you're seeing for gospel, like your local news. Don't take that for gospel. Go and check out what's happening in the world. Go check out what's happening in different news channels, because I promise you, you're going to get a different energy from each news channel, each online source. They're going to present something different. Expand your mind here. Don't stick with your normals. But yes, educate yourself. This is a beautiful time of education and opening your mind, and also community, knowing what's going on in our world and helping those energies. Though I suggest after, and this is what I've been practicing lately, after I check in on the news, I also do an energy clear. I will do a quick loop around myself. If you don't know how to do energy clearing, you can reach out and I will help you with that. But do a quick energy clear, or I'll do some cord cuttings. If I'm noticing a lot of negative energy, I do some cord cuttings with just some of the energies coming on in the world. And then meditating. And I've really practiced this, and I'm doing this multiple times a day because the energy is so heavy. So that really is my message for today. It's not super complicated. It's finding your balance, not bogging yourself down and working, going, I'm not going to see this, or working yourself to death. Take this opportunity for some rest, for some rejuvenation, for going within, but also don't ignore what's going on in the world. And my balance or harmony of that will look different than yours. It will. I had somebody go, you're just go, 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 Addison. You're go, go, go. You don't slow down. And I'm like, yeah, I don't. He was like, I have not seen you just like sleep and watch Netflix all for an entire day, like in months. I'm like, yeah, because that doesn't fill me. That doesn't feel good to me. But I know people that does fill them. That does add to their energy. So that's for them. So pay attention, but do not let your ego get in here, because then your ego can be like, well, I just need to self-care and do nothing. Self-care doesn't always mean taking hot baths and doing your nails and sleeping your day away. That's not always self-care. Sometimes it is, but that is not always self-care. Sometimes self-care is kicking your own butt to go, no, I'm going to go take a walk. Because I don't know where you guys are, but I know where I am. Like, yes, we are we have some restrictions, but we can still walk. We can still walk around our neighborhood as long as we keep 6 feet between us. We're still allowed to do that. I foresee that changing, but right now we can still walk out outside and in the parks and things, where I currently live. So check yourself and make sure that you're not going to the comfortable self-care, that sometimes you're going to the pieces that push you a little bit. Yesterday, actually, there's a book I'm writing and I was like, I'm going to I'm sitting down and I'm going to start writing. And I started writing, part of it was already written, but I'm going to write this chapter. And I started writing it. Once I sat down, it flowed. And I was like, this is what my soul needed. This is what my soul needed. But to get there, I had to kick my own butt. So sometimes you have to self-love yourself. You have to self-love yourself. Sometimes you have to kick your own butt. And that's a form of self-love. That previous sentence didn't make any sense. And that's okay. It's okay. That's me. That's me. So find your harmony, really. And if you're struggling, and this is what I've been telling my clients, get a routine. Not necessarily a hardcore schedule, but find those things that you're like, every day I will exercise. I've been yogaing every day. Even though it's not the same when I'm doing it when I'm not in my hot yoga room. I'm still yogaing. So maybe you go, I'm going to exercise every single day. I'm going to take a couple times during the day to check in on what's going on. And then I'm going to clear my energy. I'm going to go in and do a good energy clear. I'm going to do some cleansing of my home with maybe some sage or some Palo Santo and really clear out the energies. I'm going to open the windows. I'm going to go spend, a half an hour outside and just find your goals for the day. And then don't let yourself off the hook there. Don't let yourself off the hook because we can grow and we can still have our downtime and we can still have our work time and we can still pay attention to what's going on in the world because it is a time to pay attention. This is not a time we want to close our eyes and go, no. But we want to be our best selves when we are engaged in the world. We want to be at our best selves. And if we stay focused only on the news and only on the negativity, I promise you, you won't be the best self to give to the world. You won't be in your best mindset. So, and I want everybody to come out of this on a great foot. So on that note, I am running a fast track coaching program right now because I do want to help more people. I see a lot of people struggling right now, mental health wise. I was a therapist for years. I knew how isolation can really impact us. It can really impact us in a very negative way. And I know the pressures of relationships as a sex and relationship coach. Relationships are great until you're forced together. So I am offering fast track expansion coaching for isolation because of this isolation. And you get 2 coaching sessions you get a month of 2 coaching sessions, plus you also will get contact with me. I'm going to give you this homework that I give my clients. We're going to deep dive into one topic. These are very, very limited coaching. We're going to focus in on one area of your life, and we're going to hit it hard, and we're going to fast track you to some growth while we are in this isolation period. But you must register for this in the next month, because after the next month, this is going away. You will never get these coaching sessions for this price again. This is definitely me just desiring to help more people and really expand. So, all right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.